Drummer, this is the place to be, using your finger all the way to glory. Follow the rhythm, snap, snare, kick the beat like an algorithm. You'll soon get it. Tap your fingers like a human jackhammer. If you miss one out, don't act like a loser. Get back on track before you mess it up. Fake it, make it, and toughen up, buttercup. Now focus, you can't afford to miss a beat. Stay with me, you ain't got time for any tweet. There's more coming, you should stay in line. Here's more drumming, no time to whine. If you think this is hard, just wait till the end. This sure gets worse, as is the usual trend. It's bend or break, fingers flowing like crazy. Make no mistakes, don't you dare get all clumsy. Clap, clap, think you're up to the task. Think you got time to smile and bask. We're going minimal, digital and completely lethal. It's a gamble, a hassle, a razzle, dazzle. But wait, here comes the final. Digits on the drums, don't you ruin the mood. Clap back on the beat, finger licking good. Go down on the snare, pretend you're drowning. Boom boom goes the bass when you start banging. Fingers crossing, working up to the climax. Smack that, tap that, maximize your impact. No butterfingers here, we won't go slower. Grind up till you're feeling on fire. Grind up till you're feeling on fire.
We are
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this here stream.
Hello. Good day.
Yeah. I'm getting better with those transitions. I'm still doing them by hand, but it's...
Yep. No, one day I'll teach you how to do it properly.
Nah, it's fine.
Automatically.
Automatically is for suckers.
No. It's for lazy people.
Yes.
Who just want to have it work with the press of one button.
I kind of like
Imagine
the
that.
stress of trying to do 15 things in 1 second. Oh well.
I have anxiety. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's stream. We are small dreamers.
Yes, that's
We make
us.
Yeah, that's us. We make small games in a short time, and we're working on the fourth game, which is What If We Kissed? And yeah,
kissed?
it's a kissing simulator.
It's a game about kissing. We've made 3 games before.
Yeah.
Let me post a link real quick to our itch page. We've made a small little game about rowing and hiking. A little game that's about building a ghost train. And a third game that's about racing ducks in bathtubs. So you can see that we're getting progressively weirder. But I think we might have hit the limit now. I don't know how...
We haven't, but we've hit a limit that we're like, we need to take a step back next time.
I don't know.
Before we try to dive deeper.
If we have a weirder idea, we could do that for next. But let's finish this one first. I don't know. I don't have any other ideas. Well, I have a bunch of other ideas, but none that are weirder than this one right now that I can think of.
Yep.
But then again, this is a game about kissing. And it's dumb and weird on purpose. And this is one of the characters with some wonky textures that will get updated soon. Because right now, they don't have eyes. The eyelids are all messed up and stuff, but that will all get fixed soon. Let me just jump into the game and show it off.
So yeah, it's still work in progress, obviously. But let's go. Let's select this face, and then, as you can see, they don't have a name yet. Do you have an idea for a name?
I didn't think I was supposed to find names, and now this is stressful information.
If we need
Because
names,
finding
we could remove just the name tag. I added the name tag because I was like, well, we're doing a fighting game as a kissing game, so they have names. So I added a label, but I can just remove it if you don't want them to have
no,
names.
that's a good idea. I don't know names. Naming things is hard.
Type on the internet punk name generator and
Generator. And that's
take one
that's
of the
it.
5 first results. It's going to be great.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I have questions about the picture you're using here.
I don't know where I found it on my. It's the picture I found when I opened Blender. It was this. I think the eyes are messed up, but that's fine.
A lot of things are messed up, actually.
Everything is messed up. It's
Yeah,
not
no,
green.
use the picture I sent you.
No, I couldn't find it for some reason. I don't know. I forgot to download it. I should put
Yeah.
the right picture in there.
I'll put them in a file.
To be fair,
Right.
it's called temp. The file is still called temp.
Yeah, no, but it's stressing me out.
So yeah, here's our little game. It's a fighting game, but you kiss, and it's cooperative instead of fighting.
Lips, lips, positive.
Oh, let me turn down the voices a bit more, because there's temp voices in there that you do not need to hear.
Not
That's-
yet.
This is better.
Smushy.
So yeah, you can
Smush, smush. Smush, 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 smush,
squish.
smush,
It's
smush.
it's slightly squishy. It's not. It's fine. I like it.
Smush, 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 smush.
I was thinking about the impacts, because right now they just say mouth and nose and stuff. I think I would like there to be different variants, like hearts and things like that. Maybe
Like what? Like
of the impacts, instead of saying just mouth, having maybe like a heart or a star, or just saying smooch or something like that.
yeah. And then maybe we don't need it to be that informative. Indeed.
No.
Yeah.
Well, right now it's just so this is all testing. That's why it says nose, mouth, and tongue, and teeth and stuff like that. But yeah, these were obviously temporary as well. All for debugging. What are you doing, cat? There's a cat that's trying to hunt stuff on my desk. There's nothing to hunt here.
That you can see.
That I can. Yeah, it's true that Blue doesn't really live in the same universe as us, so he might be hunting something that's in a parallel universe.
That could be possible.
I usually say perpendicular universe because he's only vaguely here.
It's not parallel universe, it's a perpendicular one.
Yeah, because if it's parallel, he couldn't be here. So he must intersect somewhere. This is why it's perpendicular.
Yeah, but that one intersects very hard and very violently every time.
Anyway, yes, you can kiss, and there's scoring somehow. And every character will have points based on stuff they like and stuff they don't like. And they will have animations. An entire animation loop when you play solo. But you can also kiss your friends if you want to.
Yeah.
There
is a multiplayer.
There is.
Which works very well.
Yeah, it's fun.
Definitely.
It's stupid, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And then you'll have some stats. And then you can try again. Kiss someone else. Let's see, I can do this one, and then let's just... Right now there's only 2 characters, so it's not much to do, but they have a different animation.
Yeah.
I need to fix the tongue. The tongue is still a little weird.
Oh, this is very scary, actually, to have the tongue of the other follow you.
It's so that you can always kiss.
Yeah, no, I know why it's that way. I'm just saying the effect is pretty gnarly. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's strange.
Change it, but it is very weird.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
how
me too.
strange it is, how uncanny.
Indeed. But still, very, very terrifying.
So yeah, you can just tongue them to victory. It's not a hard game. It's more about the uncanny
Which is
valley stuff.
thing I thought I would ever say or hear in my career. You can tongue them to victory.
You can tongue them to victory. It could also be a game about frogs if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
That's a sentence you can say in a game about kissing and a game about frogs.
Yeah.
Does the random still work? I don't know. It might crash. Let's see. It doesn't! Hey!
Hey.
Because I didn't know. I think I removed the clown, but I wasn't sure.
Oops. Yeah, because I made a clown character, but we don't know why yet.
He completely explodes.
It explodes when integrated to the game, and we don't know why, because it's the same file as the others.
This
It
happens.
does that,
I don't know why.
and we don't know why.
I was like, okay, let me try importing those models you made. They look great. Let me see. So I imported the punk. Everything was fine. I was like, oh, great, perfect. Let's just do the clown real quick. And then this happened, and I was like, oh, well, I don't know what's going on now. And I tried like a couple times, and it did this every time. Whoops, we got a giant tongue, and that's not good.
Yeah. Oh, that is weird. That is weird. I didn't do anything to the tongue.
No, I don't know. It's not even the right tongue. The tongue that's in the mouth is hidden. Because
What the fuck?
because I have to there's two tongues in every head now. Because I need to move it so that I can attach it to the head.
Okay.
So via the tongue attachment thing here.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is just duplicated the tongue and hid the other one. If you want to see it, look, there's two now.
Oh.
It's not very visible, but you can see there's two tongues, and the main tongue that's in the Blender model is hidden.
Okay.
And it's the same tongue for everyone now.
Okay.
Because that's the only way I could figure out to attach the tongue to the head.
Okay.
Because Godot doesn't let you move stuff around if it's from one Blender file.
Yeah, you have to make it unique to the
You have
scene,
to
and
make
then
a copy of it.
we can't update it.
So yeah, that's why I had to do that, and I couldn't figure out another way to do it. So whatever, it works.
Yeah.
That's all that counts. And also,
I
yes,
still have normal issues. Oh,
you still have what? Yeah, the normal issues on the eyes.
it's back.
Yeah, but it got fixed when you fixed the textures, so it might be fine. Once you update the textures, it might be fine.
Yeah, I might as well correct it in the model.
That's for sure.
Once and for all. But
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
But yeah, there's still a bunch of stuff to do. I need to fix the menus. I need to fix. Figure out some more fun stuff with the backgrounds. Maybe start working on setting up lights or something. Having something fun happen when you hit the climax, which is the end of the kiss.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I've asked my friend who does a lot of theater. She asked if she could do some voices for our previous game. And I said, yeah, sure, I want to be a duck. And she was like, oh, wait, a duck? And she wasn't so sure about it. But we ended up using her voice. She's great. And so I sent her this video about this. And she was like, what the hell is going on? Why is it drooling? What's going on? Why? And then I sent her my ideas. And I'm going to show you now the temporary voice that I added for the moaning button. Because just like in our previous game, where you had a button to quack, it's the same button. Press A to moan, and it will change based on if your mouth is open or closed.
Mm.
Like right now, it's just a simple
Mm. Mm.
and if you open the mouth, it goes
Ah. Ah.
ah.
Ah. Ah.
It works really well. It's really strange.
Ah.
This is very weird.
I love it.
I thought with the spit, I was like, this is as bad as it gets.
Nope.
No, it isn't.
I asked her to do different intensities as well,
Oh god.
so that we can have more intense moaning the further the scoring goes. So if you're at 0, it's just a simple and if you're at like almost full, it might be a or something. I don't know. I'm sort of waiting for her files to make mine, and we'll see. If someone wants to do more voices, if you want to do some moaning, feel free.
Sure. Yeah. You can send us your voice morning if you want.
I was talking about you, Mew.
No.
I knew it.
No, I don't.
No.
No, thank you.
So yeah, I added the moaning button.
Ah.
And the goal, yeah, is the further the scoring goes. I also need to fix these temporary sounds I added in. They're really loud. Let me turn them down a bit. But yeah.
They are slightly loud, yeah.
And they see. Oh, this is what I was to show. The drooling. If you stay a long enough in the mouth, you'll start drooling. And if you go away, the drooling stops. Well, it finishes playing its animation, but then it stops. I quite like it. It's funny. And it's a random time chosen every time. So it's like between 3 and 8 seconds or something. And it's a random time every time, and there's drool in both mouth corners, so it's always upsetting. Which is sort of the goal. Yeah. I was thinking about maybe adding another one on the tip of the tongue if you leave the tongue out for long enough. Like if the tongue is out for like 5 seconds or tilted down, get a little drop.
No, because tongue dry when you leave them out in the open.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't. It would be more like disturbing, but in a more confusing way.
Yeah, it would be more
than just a cringe way.
And we might cross the line between funny and weirdly sexual. Yeah, and we just want funny. We don't want weirdly sexual.
But also, but also, it doesn't. It wouldn't make sense. It would feel like really too much.
Yeah.
And we're already skirting the edges of is this a parody or is this a real thing?
This is clearly a parody. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh, no way to say that.
Yeah, what did I do more? Yeah, that's about. Yeah, I did a bunch of code stuff this week. It was a mess. I wanted to try again with the physics, because right now it's not physics. It's all detection based. So if you look here on the nose, there's a bunch of little areas that are colored to show that stuff is happening. So basically, when the other player touches this, it activates stuff in the code that makes the skeleton move. And I wanted it all to be physics, and that doesn't work. It just keeps exploding on me, and I do not know why. And, well, I'm done with it now. I don't want to look at it anymore. I was like, okay, well, it doesn't work. This keeps happening. It looks like this every time. And I was like, well, I don't understand why this is happening. Why would you explode? It doesn't make any sense. And then I tried something else and was like, well, maybe the other one will work. And then this happened, and I was like, okay, I'm done now. I'm going back to the version that works, and we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
And we'll do physics on another game. I was thinking about, maybe Godot isn't ready for this, or maybe my skills aren't up to par. Maybe a bit of both. And I was like, well, if anyone wants to make a kissing game in another engine, feel free. Make it in Unreal or something. There's probably physics that work, maybe, or in Unity or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know. Also, we just had a game that had a lot of physics.
Yeah, I was thinking I have learned a lot about physics. I can do it, and nope, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's still very different because contact is still very much a complicated.
Yeah,
thing.
it's the skeleton, and it's mostly the skeleton. The contact is fine. I can understand how it works, but I don't know why the skeletons just keep exploding. It might be a Godot bug. It might be me doing something wrong. I'm not sure. Which is part of the whole thing about, well, we're making a weird game, but also we don't know what we're doing. Well, I don't know what we're doing. You're the game designer. You know what you're doing. It's your job.
Very
Do it.
optimistic of you. But
You vaguely know what not to do in some game design sense.
and I refuse to use any of that knowledge.
That's true. That's nice. Let's make weirder and weirder games.
Because yeah, the point is to try something else.
Yeah, that's fun.
So yeah, I'm not being very very professional on this whole.
Well, look at this game.
endeavor.
It's playable-ish. It's
It is.
strange.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to make the score go down over time, because I tried that and it kept just not wanting me to do stuff. I spent like 3 hours on it, and it was like either it goes down way too fast, no matter what number I put in, or it just didn't update for some reason, and I couldn't figure out why. So I need to dig in some more, figure out where the score is. If there's something that I forgot that I wrote down at some point that messes with the code, which is probably the thing. Because it goes down if I pause the game, and if I unpause it doesn't go down anymore, it goes back to the maximum. And it's so strange. I don't know what's going on. So I need to figure that out again.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
Yeah, no, I'll try to see what's wrong with the clown.
Yeah, the clown needs to be fixed.
Working, and whether it's an issue of because I hadn't done a UV unwrap before.
I don't know. It seems weird that the UV unwrap would mess up the thing. It's just a texture.
It is.
You could try maybe unwrapping the head of the punk and then re-entering it into the game to figure out if that works.
Maybe.
And then you'd be sure if that's the problem. And otherwise, I don't know. It's so strange.
I don't know, because that's the only thing that I can remember doing that affected the face.
Yeah, it's so strange.
I re-unwrapped it and then painted it.
Yeah. Could you try to maybe open like the punk head or the blank head and copy pasting the hair and the stuff over and try it and see if that works?
Sure.
Something like that, and maybe then apply the texture that you've painted. Now you could just apply it to the new to the old head.
No, because the is wrong. I can't apply it in Godot only. I have to go through.
Oh yeah.
Blender. For it.
Yeah, because you cannot. You can do it via an override. It needs to be in Blender. Stuff's weird.
Yeah, the stuff is weird, but that's because Blender is much better at unwrapping 3D.
Yeah.
3D, and so that you can paint on it, and then you have to tell Godot, ignore what you know, please listen to Blender.
Have you seen that the Blender team is making a game in Godot?
Yeah.
They're making a cute game with a dog or something. It looks nice.
Yeah, no, they announced a lot of things for game development inside Blender.
And they and since they're working on a game made in Godot, they're probably going to be tools and stuff at some point.
I hope so. Well, there's already the fact that you can just import a Blender file.
Yeah, you can just open a Blender file in Godot. It works.
There are already tons of bridges between the two. It's just Godot isn't quite there yet compared to Blender.
And I'm not
Because Godot
using
has
those.
tons of things to deal with.
Yeah, I am not using your blend files, by the way.
Yeah, no.
I'm exporting
it's cool
to
then.
GLTF because I need to add the leaf bones, and you
Yeah.
cannot add them in Blender, I believe. If I
Could you do that with a different format?
I don't know,
Maybe a .obg?
because if I do OBG, you want OBG?
Maybe I don't know because
Ev-
I'm gonna need the the materials if I want to do texture painting.
Yeah, but look, the texture works on the clown.
No, it doesn't.
Uh,
It doesn't. The face is only white.
oh yeah,
It
it's all
has
white.
makeup, so the material doesn't work.
Yeah, I forgot it had makeup. That there was like stuff here.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I needed to test with that.
Yeah,
So if maybe just the answer is we don't do that.
I don't know.
And
Maybe
I
we'll see. I need to.
do characters,
I want
which
to
is
see
fine,
how
but
the sizes compare. Yeah, they're the
no,
same
the
size.
that's
See, the heads are the same size, so they should work fine.
the same face file.
They're the same size. They're exactly the same. It's so strange. I don't know what's going on with this thing, because when I try to grab all the nodes I need to make the game work here, it might crash. Go over
All
here
right,
and then
let's.
paste, and then it's huge,
Wow.
and I don't know why. And I haven't touched
What?
anything, and the scale is still 1, and
What
the
the heck?
scale in here is still 1.
Jesus.
Everything seems normal. Stupid cat made stuff fall. You're going to
Yeah,
break my
that's-
favorite controller at some point, you idiot.
Oh,
Anyway, sorry. So yes, yeah, it's only the armature that says that the scale is 6.125, which I don't know why. It doesn't. I don't think it does that on the other one. If I look here, scale is 1. So I think it's the armature that scales weird. That scaled weird.
Why though?
If I put the armature back to 1, then the entire head shrinks. So it's strange. I think it's the scale of the armature that got messed up somehow.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I didn't touch it.
I know, but that's what I'm seeing here.
I know. But why?
I don't know. I need to. Maybe I should just open it in Blender and then.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Worst case scenario, I just redo the clown and I don't do the texturing.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's. But
in Blender, the clown looks like this for me.
yeah, because you don't have the files at the same place as I do, probably.
Oh, probably. But then
So-
if I go to the armature, is this the armature? Is this the... Yeah, this is the one. If I go here, can I make the... Where's the skeleton? Can I see the skeleton here?
Yeah, but not like that.
Can I
No,
not see?
no, everything is visible. It's just that it's inside.
Yeah, but I want to see
So-
it. That's why I wanted to
Yeah, but that
hide
don't-
the head.
You can't do it that way.
I don't know. I don't know how Blender works.
It's in your no, it's in your display thingies options. No, I can't tell you from a distance.
Whatever.
It's okay.
But I could
Don't
like
worry.
apply the transforms on the armature or something.
It won't change a thing. I haven't resized it.
Yeah, but it's scaled up in Godot. It shouldn't be, but I don't know what's going on. Maybe I can just I don't know, make it local. I don't know. I'll figure something out if it doesn't work and whatever.
Okay.
I need to. I don't know. I don't know how Blender works, and that's a bit of a hurdle. You've been doing most of the Blender work, and I need to dig in more, and I don't really want to because I'm busy with like coding the game,
Other stuff.
which is already a lot of work.
Yeah.
And don't just ignore the 43 errors that it shows on the bottom of the screen.
just pretend it's fine.
It's fine. I don't know what this is. I don't know why it says that the menu is not good, because the menu is fine. It works. Don't bother me. I'm using a template and I'm still not happy with it, and it keeps bugging. It's not buggy because it works, but it tells me it's buggy for some reason, and it's not something I did, so I don't know what's going on. Or maybe it's probably something I did, because what else would it be? Because that person seemed to know what they're doing. That menu template thing is pretty good, and there's a lot of functionality and stuff. But still, I don't know. I don't like how it works, so I might make my own someday. A very, very simple template that just does: here's the menu, here's your options, here's your thing, done. But whatever. Anyway, look at this. So yeah, next week I want to figure out some more background stuff. I want to do the sounds. I need to start working on more music. I think I have a pretty good idea of the vibe, but I think the voices will might change the direction of the music as well, depending on how they sound. Like if the voices really add a ton, I'm going to make the music less present, probably make it less intense and less all-encompassing, and have more space for all the mouth sounds and all the voices doing and saying stuff like "ooh, beautiful smooch" and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know yet. I think that's going to be a big part of how I'm approaching the music, because I cannot do a big band of stuff like drums and bass and a bunch of chords and a saxophone and stuff. If we also need to hear the voice, I need to strip it back and maybe like make it more chill, more, I don't know, sparse. So we'll see. It's going to be an adventure, because I don't really I'm not the best at sparse music. So we'll see. But that's what I said for the previous game. I'm not so good at dance music and more upbeat stuff, and I managed it in the end, so it's good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know you did.
It
did
took a
manage to
while.
find
I needed to figure it out and do a bunch of tests and listen to a bunch of stuff. That's not my usual style of music. And then just
Yeah.
do stuff and figure it out. At some point, it's
Yep.
going to click. I'm quite confident.
Yeah, it did last time, and
Yeah, I just
so
need to.
far it's been fine.
Yeah, I just need to explore for a bit, and it's going to be good.
Indeed. Yeah, no, and for the next week, personally, I'm just gonna, well, first correct the few little thingies,
Yeah.
and add material to the punk.
Yes.
See what we can do for the clown, and probably add more characters.
Yay, as many characters as possible. I'm going to be making a bunch more black backgrounds as well. At least temporary versions of the backgrounds that you can make pretty later.
Yeah, sure.
If you have time. And if not, they're functional. They don't need to be that detailed. I quite like that they're a little sparse. It's just like a static background image with one 3D element or something that flies by. It's kind of funny. And I might have I think maybe we should add, by the way, what's it called? Background. The thing we had for the bathrooms, a little skybox, because the every level starts with the background flipping up, and at the end when you kiss it flips down, and the idea that was that once it flips down you have fireworks that I still need to make. I want fireworks to happen when the climax happened. So the climax happens, the background flips back, and there's fireworks. And the idea is maybe to zoom out a bit more and maybe
Yeah,
have
but
just
you need
a simple skybox, nothing fancy
Yeah.
or anything, but have one simple skybox that you're like, you've reached
Mhm.
seventh heaven or something. I don't know what.
Mhm.
You've reached the climax. Maybe either you do a bedroom skybox, or a
No,
skybox of a real sky, or some, I don't
skybox.
know.
Just put a skybox that is a sky. And
I think that's the
not.
easiest and the prettiest. Like have
Yeah.
a
Also,
pretty
even
night sky or something.
if you do a bedroom, it negates the whole background thingy.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, yeah, you were
So
kissing at this point, but now you're in the bedroom. And I
yeah,
don't really want
it
to
doesn't.
do that.
No, it feels bad to do that. I don't
Mm.
know. Feels like going back on the whole premise of the game.
Yeah, it's like it's a game about kissing, not about sex.
Yeah.
And even though it's a little sexy, funny, weird, and
It has
over the
links
top,
to that, but
yeah,
the point is you're kissing. Of course, the language of it is gonna tie in to that, but
yeah,
this is not a sex game.
no, nope. We could make a sex game that's like this, but it would be weird, and I don't want to.
I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Sex in video games is already weird most of the time, so I really don't want to.
Can you imagine how our game would, the same like idea of a game, but it's a full sex thing? I don't want to.
No,
No,
I wouldn't make it. To be
no,
fair, I wouldn't want to make it because I find sex in video games generally very awkward.
me too. I don't want to.
So it's just it never clicks. It never has. And even the games that are about sex, like that aren't games with a sex scene, but games that are about sex are usually, some of them get away with it, some of them do it okay, but most of the time it's like, no, there's something weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work, especially in 3D, to be fair, especially in 3D. In
Don't-
2D, you can kind of make some erotica happen, but in 3D, no.
Nope. It works. It doesn't work. It looks all
Mm.
plasticky and strange, and
Mm-hmm.
the interactions don't work. And it's not for nothing that that one of the images that keep popping in my head for this game is the Death Stranding 2 kissing scene.
God.
That looks so awkward with the noses squishing and stuff. I spent several days trying to make the noses move in our game, especially because of that.
Yeah.
And we're not at the point I would want to, but it works well enough. It's stupid, it's funny, and once there's sounds and stuff, I think it's going to be perfectly gross, and it's going to be great.
Mhm. Yep.
I don't think we need more.
No, I think we're fine. I would even say we need to scale it back a bit at some point
Maybe.
to make it, feel less more like just fun
Yeah. Also,
rather than just weird.
there's still a lot of tuning that needs to happen, because right now
Yeah.
it's just random values, sort of, mostly.
Sure.
Also the points and stuff. It all needs to be tuned,
Yeah, that's true.
because I've just added random points. If you look at the point system, it's just random numbers I wrote down. It's like, okay, well, tonguing is fun. Let's give him more points for the tongue. If you touch the nose with the tongue, sure, I'll give you 2 points. It's fine. No tongue on the teeth. No, I don't like that. 0. Don't touch the teeth
Yeah.
with more teeth. You'll lose points, and that's it. And every character will have its own stats, and that's we'll see how that works. I don't know yet. I haven't even tried changing the values on another character, and how those interactions will work. Maybe we won't have the score go back down in the end, because it will take too long otherwise. And I think this game is funnier if it's not too long. Or
Yeah, maybe.
it's
I don't
either
know.
funnier if it's slightly too long, or just a little short.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know yet. We need to balance it out.
Yeah, it needs work. It's right now it's a little strange, and I think I'm going to be adding sounds, and that's going to make the game already feel a little better. It's going to change a lot, and then maybe have the impacts and stuff be more fun. I think like just little hearts and things like that. What I said in the beginning of the stream, little hearts that are pink and that are a little, I
Yeah.
don't know, little flowery and little strange and little colored. Maybe they could be.
Also, to be honest, the backgrounds clash a lot.
Yes.
So we need to find a way to cartoonish them a bit.
Yeah, they need to be better.
So anyway, yeah,
Needs
small
work.
bit. Yeah, it needs work, exactly. It needs to be a thing.
Hello, cat.
But yeah, we will work it. We'll see
He's
where
always
we end
here.
up.
There's like another cat right here. Blue is sleeping on the desk right here.
Hmm. So many cats.
And there's another one in the thing there that you cannot see right now because there's another one asking for my attention. Move out of the way. So you can see Mook right here. Here he is. He's a little further away. I cannot touch him. But yeah. Yes, I know you want attention.
Well, this is a good sign. I think that we should stop.
Yeah, I think
Probably.
we need to make more progress on the game before we can talk about more stuff because, well,
Yeah, because we're kind of stuck at a thing now.
yeah, we're
So.
needing to make more progress.
Yep.
We'll get there.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to be working a couple. I've worked today, and I'm going to be working on Friday, so I will not have as much time for the game as I want to as I usually would have. But that's
Yeah,
fine.
me too. It's a bit chaotic at the moment.
Yeah.
Lots of things happening everywhere. So we'll see. We'll see how much time we can dedicate to that.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, everyone. We shall see you all next week with some more progress, more characters, hopefully a working clown. Maybe they will have a name, maybe not. We'll see. Anyway, thanks a lot.
I don't.
See you soon. Goodbye.
I don't want to name things.
Naming is hard.
Don't make me do it.